Hello, hello. Welcome to this live office hours all about the Basecamp mobile app. I'm Kimberly from the product team, joined by Ashley from customer support. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. If you were here, let us know in the chat where you're coming from. We always love to see that. I'm in Texas. Ashley is in Arizona. I see a lot of you coming from different parts of the country. Hopefully, we'll have some international folks as well. Say hello to us in the chat. Today, we're going to be talking all about the Basecamp 5 mobile app, how it works. There's some hidden things too you might not know about. So we're going to walk through that with our head of the mobile team. But before we do that, just a couple of housekeeping things. On the right side of the screen, you'll see a couple of little icons. The first one at the top is the chat feature, which you guys have found. Thank you for that. Right below that is a question mark. That is where you can post any questions that you have for us. See, we already have one. Lori, thank you for posting that. If you have a question, post it in that question section throughout this time together. We'll pop in and out, answer some of those questions live. Those that we don't get to naturally during the session, we'll hit at the end. So just post them there and we'll answer them. Ashley, turning it over to you.
Yes. This session is going to be really focused on the mobile app. So what we won't be covering is like, how do you use Basecamp in its most basic form? We have a class for that, live classes, multiple live classes, where you can go to basecamp.com/classes for that. Sign up and you will be taught by one of my wonderful colleagues. There's also a Q&A there as well, so you can ask whatever questions you have. But if you also feel like you don't need that basic, but you don't need the specific, let me know. Support at basecamp.com. You can even ask for me, but myself and a couple others on the team, we do one-on-one calls to make sure that whatever situation you're approaching is handled. So if you have something like that, don't hesitate to reach out. We will sort it out. And the other thing to note is that this session is recorded and it's going to be at the same link that you just clicked on to join this call. So that's the one. A few minutes after we wrap up, it'll appear there too. So you'll have that.
Perfect. Well, I just popped open the email address on the screen that Ashley mentioned, support@basecamp.com. So you have that. And then right below us, there's a little green button that says take a Basecamp class. And that will take you to the website that Ashley mentioned as well, where you can sign up for another session just like this or about Basecamp basics. Okay, so without further ado, let's bring out our special guest from our mobile team. Jay Ohms is joining us. Jay, I will let you do your own introduction. Thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. Yeah, thanks. I'm Jay. I'm head of the mobile team here at 37 Signals, and I've been here for about, I guess, over 11 years. And we've changed and grown over that time on the mobile side, but we have 9 people now. So we have 3 programmers on the Android side, we have 4 programmers on the iOS side, and then 2 designers that cover both platforms. So we're in charge of all the mobile apps across all of our products, and then in charge of the desktop apps as well.
Perfect. And you also do programming, not just heading up the department.
Yeah. So yeah, I split my time between managing, leading things, and then also programming as well. Yep.
Okay, well, perfect. I'm going to pop into the chat for you guys where you can find those Basecamp apps. They're at basecamp.com/apps. And Jay, real quick before we jump into the mobile app, I know you guys also oversee some of our other apps, like our desktop app. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we one of the unique things about our team is our team is quite small compared to most companies for managing. We have, I think, like, depending on how you're counting, like 4 or 5 active products, and then apps across Android, iOS, and then our desktop apps as well. So one of the cool things, though, is we get to, through the frameworks that we've built, we can use a lot of the desktop web features for free. And then we do a lot of native stuff on top of that for the platforms to make sure that, you know, they act how you would expect and work well. So yeah, we do a lot with a little, but it's kind of the fun of how we structured the company, and it's also how the web team works as well.
Perfect. Well, the Basecamp mobile app is slightly self-explanatory, but Ashley and I have gotten a lot of questions from people about, like, how do you do this in the mobile app? Like, I can't find this on mobile. So we thought this live session would be a great time to walk through all those features. So Jay, if you want to share your screen with us, or your phone screen, and then maybe we just start with kind of that home page that you get to on mobile, and then we'll walk through different parts of it. And again, you guys, if you have
Yeah.
questions as we're going through, drop them in that question section, question mark on the right side of your screen.
All right, I'm going to share my iPhone screen here. Okay.
And Jay, since you're doing that,
Yep.
kind of tell us iPhone versus Android. Are they pretty similar in terms of the app devices?
Yeah, they are. So in the past, the platforms used to be much more different than they used to be, but we've made a huge effort in trying to keep things very similar across platforms. It helps us build the product features in a consistent way, and interestingly, the platforms just as a whole have gotten closer over time instead of farther apart. So that's been easier to do. But yeah, our Basecamp apps are, I mean, they're 95% the same between the platforms. The areas where they differ are things where, like iOS has like the glass UI aspects. There's some things where if you're sharing into the apps or other things, they'll look a little different or work a little different. But those are only generally because there are platform differences and what people expect on each platform. But overall, Basecamp, if you go from one to the other, you're not going to be confused or lost.
Okay, perfect. So maybe we just start from the top left and work our way over and around, talking through the different parts of the app.
Yeah, sure. So on the top left, you'll see where it says 37 signals. This is our account name. So not everyone will see a drop down here. If you're only signed into one account, you won't have a drop down here, most likely. But I've got 3 accounts here. I can swap between those, and each account is its own silo of data, essentially. So you can swap between those easily and get to those. So not everyone will see that, but over time, you may have a lot of people have a work account, a community account, maybe a personal one. So
Perfect.
that's
And
where.
Just to clarify, that's if they're all tied to the same email address, then you will see that drop down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and if for some reason you have multiple accounts, not with the same email address, and you want to change any of those email addresses, reach out to support. Ashley's like waving her hand. Reach out to support, and we can help you with that.
Yes, and actually, one of the things we'll be doing in the coming months, at least later this year, is you'll be able to sign into multiple separate email accounts if you want to. So that's where we're. Yeah.
Gosh.
I'll make your life a little bit easier.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've already started that work. It has to do with some other fundamental work that we're doing. But yeah, it's one of the benefits of some work we've been doing over the last year. So, yep.
Amazing.
Yep. Okay, moving right. I'll click on my avatar right here. And this is where you can get to, I'll just say like your stuff or my stuff. So your profile, this is where you can update your profile settings if you want here. I saw someone from the Indianapolis area. Hello, I'm right nearby. And so you can view your profile, how other people will see it right here. And then you can also edit it and change your settings there as well.
And those are very similar to what if you're on the web or the desktop app, you would see those same links under your avatar. It's just in the lower left on the web, but top right on the mobile app.
Right. Yeah, a lot of because I think what you'll find is that a lot of the stuff looks very similar between desktop and mobile, but because of the screen size constraints on a phone, we've got them we've tucked them in different places and made it make sense for the phone screen. Mm-hmm. So you're not gonna, if you understand one, you just have to figure out where the matching area is in the phone. For example, the other big thing though here is you can get to your settings, and this is something the first time you log in or you're using it, you may want to check in here because there's a couple nice features that you may want to look. For example, you can change your theme here. So you can have your light theme, dark theme, or just match whatever your device is using at the time. I know a lot of people like a dark theme at night and a light theme during the day. So
Jay, are
there's
these
that. Yep,
specific to the phone? So I could have my phone on dark mode and the web on light mode, like they're separate,
correct.
completely
Yeah,
separate settings.
yeah. So some of this, so everything under my profile is global for your account. Um, so you'll see the same things across all devices. Um, there are a couple things though that are specific to your device. So appearance is per device. We set it up like that on purpose so that people think of their desktop and phone differently a lot of times. Like I don't like to use dark theme on my desktop, for example, usually, but like on my phone I do. So uh, the other thing is notification settings. So right here, if you want to receive push notifications on your phone, this is specific. This toggle right here. Can you see my mouse moving
Yeah.
Yeah.
when okay. Um, it's specific to this device. So if you want push notifications on your device, for example, when you get a ping or you get mentioned, or however you have your notification settings set up in here, that's where you'll receive push notifications. So you can, for example, I want push notifications on my phone. I don't want them on my iPad because my iPad I just use it mostly as an entertainment device. So push notifications on there doesn't make sense to me. So you can customize that per device. Anything else in here you want me to go over?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think this is good. Let's
Get
maybe
out of
jump to,
here.
yeah, I was going to say, let's jump to this kind of main page. I see
Yeah.
this is similar to what you would see on the web with that search menu at the top, those buttons at the top, pretty similar to that Basecamp
Mm-hmm.
jump menu on the web.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to see the global activity, you can see that right here, just tapping in on that first item. Your calendar. So this is everything going on in your calendar. So here are my items right here. These are specific to me right now. And there's a ton of options here. You can see them on the web too. You can filter them. You can adjust. You can see an agenda view, for example, which is slightly different. So, or the calendar. So,
Mm-hmm.
yep. Reports. So this one, just like we have on the web, and I think we just added. We're adding one soon for all your tasks. So we'll be adding a new report there as well.
I think that's going to be on the everything tab.
Oh, is that going to be on the everything page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Okay. So, here it is. All tasks. Yep.
Already
So,
there.
yep. So all of these match 100% how you would see it on the web. So it's works exactly how you would expect.
Perfect. And then below that is the
Yeah.
search, also works
Yeah.
very similar to what's on the web.
Yeah. If you haven't used this, the nice thing to know is this isn't just you can use this search field for things that you don't see, and you can also search your entire account. So, like for example, if I wanted to, oh, I guess I can't use my keyboard. All right. Well, I can't do it right now. So,
Talk it through us in theory.
yeah.
We'll
So,
imagine.
let's say if I wanted to find Kimberly's profile, I can just type, KIM. Her name will immediately pop up. I can tap on that and see her whole profile, see like her time zone. Like if you forget what time zone someone's in, it's a really nice way to check, for example. And then from there, I could like ping her directly from her profile screen. So it's a nice way to jump to projects, people, and then if you do type in this search box, you can also tap a search button, and that will take you to a full search for everything across your account over all time. So, and then on there, you've got filters and different options that you can use.
Perfect. And I think as we go down this page, I think the only thing that what struck me as I was looking at the mobile app more specifically is the recently visited applies to this device.
Yeah.
This is one area where it's separate from the web.
Right, right. Yeah, so recently visited is for things you visited on your device. We may change that in the future. We've considered syncing those across all devices, and that might be really helpful for some circumstances. There's pros and cons to each. You may want to pick up where you left off on your phone last, but I can also see the other side of it. So anyway, that's just something we'll continue to think through down the road.
Perfect. And then right below that is your project list. And tell us what you can do here.
Yeah. Yeah. So your projects here that you see, it may or may not be all your projects. It depends on how many projects you have. So if you just have 1, 2, 5 projects, you're going to see them all here. And there's not really much you probably want to do with organization. But if you have a lot of projects and you want to organize those, you can do 2 things. You can star projects and they'll show up here, and you can put them into folders. So currently you can't organize these in the mobile apps, but we do sync everything over from what you've done in the web app. So for example, I have put all of our mobile specific projects in a folder, and you can see all of those in here. Same with all the others. So you can go ahead and on the web app on your computer, you can drag and drop, create folders, do all that stuff, and they'll show up automatically in your iPhone or Android app.
Could you tap on mobile again on the
Yep.
folder formerly known as a stack and scroll down a little bit?
Yep.
Because at the bottom, the benefit to putting folders on your homepage, even on the web, and starring projects is that it isolates things that are important to you. So if everything mobile, you wanted to see all the activity for these 7 projects in one spot, it really helps to not have to search through, for us, 100+ projects and then specifically tap the ones we want when things are just generally organized for us already on our homepage. So another benefit to that, and really helpful when you're on your phone screen smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so, part of my responsibilities are paying attention to what the mobile team is doing. So if I wanted to get a straight shot of like all the activity and all the mobile projects, it's one tap away right here at the bottom. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And if people haven't noticed, this is a button that we added after the launch of Basecamp 5, but we've also got the All Projects button here. Super easy way to see all your projects, no matter how many you have, in a easy to digest list. If you want to just look at your starred things first, you can do that. Or if you want to look at archived and trash projects, you can also do that there. So, and then you can still filter on this screen and everything. Some people just prefer a flat list, and so that was something that we've added in the last month or so.
Awesome. Anything else here before we jump into those buttons at the bottom?
For me, I would just say that I don't like seeing my recently visited on my phone for some reason. I feel like it's a notification, and I'm like, no. So I toggle mine off.
Oh,
so
interesting.
If you are suffering from a similar visual affliction, do the same thing. Make it
yours. You can collapse either one if you want.
Yeah,
you can,
super nice.
If you only wanted to see recently visited for some reason, I'm not sure why, but you can do those independently. Yep.
Can't question these things. It's just important to have the option.
Actually, I just toggled mine off on the app. Ashley, thank you for that tip.
You're welcome.
Just hit it. Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, then there's these 3 very important buttons at the bottom, Jay. Let's walk through what those are. And I know there's some like secret things too. So maybe we start with the center button.
So we've got, this is the tab strip. So it's just 3 independent tabs. So the nice thing to know here is you can, if you're navigating on the very left tab and you're navigating deep and then you want to switch over to the middle tab, you can navigate in there and go back to the left tab. You're going to see all of the items that you navigated to are still going to be there. They're completely independent of each other. So it's nice that because you can be doing something in one tab and then see that you have a new notification, and then you can go over to the right notifications tab, check it, and then go back. So it's helpful to be able to do that. So I've been on the middle tab here, which is just like this middle Basecamp tab. I'm going to go over, this is, we just call like the my tab, my tasks, events, bookmarks, notes. So here you will see a tab, tab strip at the top as well. So this is on the task tab, which are going to have all the assigned things for you. So it's going to be cards and to-dos that you have assigned to you. So and then so these are all the surfaced up front is all the upcoming stuff, and then you can also jump to all assignments, which is going to be everything that you're assigned to. If you're not assigned to things far out in the future, these that may look identical potentially if you only have stuff for the next week, for example. Yeah, and then go over to the events tab. So this is
actually, Jay, will you go back really
yeah,
quick to tasks?
yep.
There's that up next section at the top.
Oh yeah,
Can you on mobile move something into that up next section, or can you only do that on the web?
you can
Oh, look at that.
if you swipe. So yeah, so up next is a way to in this upcoming list, we don't let you sort. You're not going to be able to sort items, but if you want to set your own priority on something that you want to pay attention to, you can put it in up next. It will move to up next, and then it will stay there until you remove it or complete the to-do. Mm-hmm. So it's just a way to set apart things that you know that you need to work on up next.
Yeah. And you did a swipe to reveal that. Is that the same on Android as well?
Yes. Yep. Cool. Yeah. Same on both. And then to remove it, you can just swipe and remove it, and it'll go back down to your priority list.
Is there a certain chat in the chat?
Oh yeah.
There is a certain chat in the chat.
Yes,
you can also long hold it to move it up next.
Yes. If you long press, you can copy the link for that, which is super handy if you're trying to share it with someone, or you can move it up next as well if you don't want to swipe. And excellent. You'll see this on places where we have like row data. Play around with it. A lot of places we do have the ability to long press or swipe. So not every place, just because the product is so huge, but like we've hit all the main spots where you can be able to act on things, and they're quick shortcuts. Okay. Awesome. Should we go to events?
Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry I derailed you on that task.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, actually, there was an up next question that somebody asked.
Perfect.
Does that up next view only stick for mobile? And how's it different from Bubble Up? And let me just assign Jay a bunch of random tasks that do not have anything to do with you, so that you can kind of see. I think if you refresh, you should have them. Why you would want to like up next instead of Bubble Up. Like this is a lot, right? Now it's a lot. I've assigned him like 15 different things, actually just 10. And of these things, the reason why I would want to bubble something up is usually because I want to come back to it, read it more fully, and then possibly answer. Things that are actually assigned to me and have like a very clear goal of being completed. Across all projects, when you have more than like 2 tasks to handle, then it's helpful to be like, all right, today I'm going to look through my phone's my tasks, and I'm going to up next just a couple of them, because those are the ones I can feasibly get to today, regardless of any other notifications happening in your other tab.
Yeah. And I think a good distinction is Bubble Up is for everything throughout the product. So it can be for a message, a document, anything that all kinds of things that don't correspond to like a date or an assignment. So up next is really about setting your own priority for things that are assigned to you. Bubble Up is for however you want to, whatever kind of remembering system or a placeholder area to put things that you need to get back to for anything throughout the whole product.
I like Bubble Up. I snooze notifications, and Up Next, I'm setting my focus and my priorities.
Yeah. And sometimes Bubble Up is just something I need to read, and it's not necessarily a task. Like I just need to read this announcement more thoroughly later, but it's not a to-do item, if that helps.
Yeah.
And then oh, go ahead, Jay.
Well, I was going to say, for me, so like I'm, running the team, I get mentioned a lot on stuff, just like, hey, can you check on this, or, verify this looks good, or review this code, all kinds of things. But sometimes that mention it's a lower priority than something else. But Bubble Up is a good place for me to put it, so it doesn't get marked as red. Say, okay, this is an important thing I need to look at, later today.
And then let's go to
next week or whatever.
The first part of Jill's question, does that Up Next view only stick for mobile? So if you put something in Up Next on mobile, you will also see that on the web in your Up Next
syncs,
section.
Yeah, it syncs totally throughout the whole product across all devices. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Now let's go to the event tab.
Yeah, so we got events. We have 2 sections here. We're going to have today, if you have any items, and then upcoming items as well. So nothing too complicated here, but then you can also always tap on the all events button here, and this will be all your events in a calendar or agenda view. So I can look ahead, it's September if I want to, for example, some recurring things that are scheduled out. So it's just a really easy place to. The nice thing here is this is something we didn't really have in Basecamp for, a really quick way to see what are my events like today and tomorrow. This view is a really easy way. Go over to the left tab and tap, your events, and you can see, what's coming up. It's also a great way if you're on the go and you need to hop in a Zoom or something like that, because it's been on a it's a scheduled event. This is a really quick way to just hop over to the event tab and click the Zoom link or whatever you need to do.
And from this view, you can also click into an event if you need to edit it, add someone to it. It's just like click into it and it takes you to
exactly.
that.
You got everything. You can comment on it. Yep, you can do all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Go to bookmarks. So bookmarks are things, I can totally see where between like Up Next, Bubble Up, bookmarks, you can kind of double dip in a lot of ways to use the product. So you can, do what makes sense to you. But bookmarks for me are permanent places that I want to get back to occasionally. So it's a quick way. So for example, we work in cycles on our team. The whole company works on cycles. So right now we're in a cycle, and I've got a bookmark saved. So anytime throughout the 6 weeks, I can jump over to the bookmark and review the document from a while ago. So that's how I use bookmarks, is for long-term storage, to be able to quickly get back to things without searching and diving through projects. And these sync with all across the product.
So I wrote it as a comment, and right as I wrote the word long-term cold storage, you said that, so that was exciting.
Oh, perfect.
And Ashley and I have also said before that we've used the analogy of putting things on a shelf. Like bookmarks is like putting it on a shelf. Bubble Up is like a Post-it note on your desk. Like short term, I need it. This is something I need to do, and keep it front and center versus put it on a shelf to save it for later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drawers.
Yeah, exactly. And so then that's bookmarks, and then you can you can swipe to delete these as well. So and I guess we don't have long press in there.
Yeah,
I'll have to tell the team we should do that.
Long press everywhere.
Make it consistent. It is really nice, to be able to I do it a lot. Just grab a link. So like long press, grab a link, and then jump over to if I'm writing a document or if I'm pinging someone or whatever it is. It's really handy to grab a link from other places. So that's one thing that's really easy to do in the mobile app across a lot of different places.
Okay, wait, can you show us that? The long press to grab a link, just in case.
Yeah, I just noticed that it's not on Bookmarks yet.
You can do it other places, yeah.
Yeah. So like on task here, you can copy the link there. So we should make it consistent everywhere, and we will definitely do that.
Copying a link is specifically useful for notes because in our notes, I think everyone at 37 Signals might be using it in a very similar way, in that we all write up what we've been doing in the past few days or so, and then we post that a couple times a week, and then we also say what we plan on doing, right? So we've got things to refer back to, and more often than not, once you have that link copied and you go over to your notes, which is the same on mobile and on the computer, when you paste it, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
So
like
I just pasted that link, and it turns the URL into the full text, the full text link of the area that you just copied. Super useful for notes and documents, messages, whatever you're typing up.
Amazing.
The last one is notes here. It syncs across all your devices and platforms. So it's just a placeholder for you to put your stuff.
Okay.
And note on the mobile app, the one quirk here with me doing this demo is you don't see the virtual keyboard, but you'll usually see the virtual keyboard down here, and then on top of that, you would see the rich text toolbar here. So if I want to bold this and italicize it and do whatever to it, we can do that easily from the toolbar.
Very good. Nice. Okay, and then the last button at the bottom is that little bell. Tell us about that.
Yep. Yeah, this is the notifications tab here. So notifications include your pings. It includes your recently bubbled up stuff and every notification that's new for you and things you've read as well down at the bottom. So let's go through here. So like on top here, you'll see the ping strip. In case you didn't know, this is scrollable here. So you can view previous conversations. And if you scroll all the way to the right, you can also get to a very traditional, just like chat ping interface here, where you can see all your conversations in a list and get to those.
We did have someone ask where the pings were, so that answers that. Look for the bell. Pings are at the top of the bell.
Yep. So yes, and then of course you can always start a new ping conversation right from the plus there, and you can start a ping with an individual, a group, whatever you want to do there. So go into bubble up items. So right here, we'll show your most recent 2 bubble up items. And then if you tap the button here, view 4 more, you'll also see all the other bubble up items that you've got sitting there. So this was something that we changed from feedback from customers after we shipped Basecamp 5. A lot of people are using bubble up really heavily, and we didn't want to show you 20 bubble items before you even got to your new for items. So we show you the most recent couple, and then you're one tap away from seeing all the items there.
I was one of those people who had like a ton of things in bubble up. It was like, oh gosh, have to scroll to it.
It's really bad. Really bad.
Hey, while we're talking about this page, let's go to Jill's question, which is it possible to delete pings? Can you delete a ping on the mobile app? I know on the web you can archive a ping. I'm not sure how that works in mobile.
You can archive as well. So like, let's see here. I'm not going to, I'm not going to go into these to archive it, but yes,
Do you want to
if
send
you
you one real quick that you can get
if
rid of?
you yeah, let me just do the one in ours here. So
Here we go.
archive this thing. So we can archive it right from here. And when you go back, it's going to be removed from your list right here. So
keep in mind,
archive.
it's removed for everyone involved. Kimberly,
Yes.
Jay, and myself. Now, none of us will see that conversation.
Yes,
and it also can't be restored.
There wasn't anything.
No, there wasn't. Well, make a new one.
You can, you would have to start a new conversation with those people. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
but it is possible.
But no, you can't just delete a ping like from the list. You would have to like actually archive the whole ping because we show you all your active pings in sequential order.
I think in general, our like best practices is just to keep them going because your more recent pings are going to come to the front. So things will get knocked down. If it's not being used, it's just going to kind of fall off from your view. I think that's our typical practice versus actually deleting or archiving something.
Yeah, I can't really remember the last time I archived a ping personally, but everyone's different how they work, and so I just let them fall off. So, you can also, maybe we should mention on an account for certain plans, if you're on Ashley, you might know best about this, but on certain plans, you can set up auto, like chats only last for a certain period of time. You can set a retention period for how long pings last. And that's more for like an account owner business, perspective, but that is something we offer as well. Okay, so let's talk about pings and bubble up. New for you. This is going to work exactly like the sidebar on the web. I'm not going to tap this, but you can mark all as red and mark everything as read immediately without having to, if you scan over everything and you don't need to dig deeper, then you can do that. And then one thing to note here that is different is we do have gestures here. So you can swipe on a row, you can mark as red really easily, or you can bubble up. So I just marked that as red, and that will move that item down to the previous notification section of the list. So you can always scroll down, get to it, and then swipe it again, and then mark it as unread, and it will pop back up to the top if you need to actually look at it and remember it.
You swiped left, but you can also swipe right to get to a link.
Yes, on the iOS app, you can swipe left to right to copy the link. So that just copy the link. On the Android app, you can long press on the row and it will copy the link.
Very good. Are there other long press things on this page?
Not on this screen, but do you want me to show you the tab strip shortcuts? Now we can do that.
But
so
I feel like can I long press on a notification and like a separate window pops up?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yes. You can long press on each individual row and get the same options as swiping. Yep.
Okay. So swipe or long press gets you the same pop up, the same options.
Yep. Yeah. So it's really what you prefer. Some people love to just like swipe. Other people like the more intentional act of like long pressing. But so those are nice shortcuts. Because some people I think some people don't know, they'll like tap into each individual thing to like mark it as read, even though they may not want to actually read it. No need to do that. So
and if you oh, go ahead, Ashley.
Which one?
Ashley, you go.
I was going to say, I find it really satisfying and bubbled up because I have way too many. I have a problem. When you long press that one and then tap on pop, first of all, I just like that you can pop it from there, but I think it's like the best experience on mobile. I actually go to my phone to mark something as like to pop one of my bubbled up items because it's not as fun on web.
Okay, wait. On the mobile app, you like to long press something bubbled up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try it right now to see if I
And
have the same
I
satisfaction
just
that you
find it
get.
more fun to just press pop than I do
That's funny.
trying to choose the option on the computer, and I don't know. It's stuck.
Yeah, that's another thing to show is like that. So if you're in new for you items, you'll mark as red with swiping right to left. In bubble up, you'll pop with the swipe action. So that's the default behavior, depends on which section you're in.
Mm-hmm. Super fun.
This will show you how like not tech savvy I am. I never knew until Jay, you told me about like long press things in this app. I just like never I just didn't just long press things. Now I know.
Yeah. It's
Am I the
it's one
only
of those
one?
things.
Will you guys let me know in
No,
the chat? Am
I
I
think
the only one who didn't long press things?
I think there are. I mean, that's one of the things that's an interesting challenge of designing mobile apps is like there's so little screen space, and you can't you don't want to surface every single action that you can possibly do. So there is a discoverability aspect that's like always, it's a tension between like making something easy to do but like not overwhelming people. So I think there are people who are naturally curious and like just like tap and hold and all over apps, than other people that if they don't see it, they're not going to think about it.
Yeah.
Totally fine. But that's why we're doing this, so people can know, some of the shortcuts that they may not have known about.
Bill, thank you for making me feel better. I appreciate it.
Speaking of
so
long pressing.
there is one other, I guess, like power user feature with long pressing that some might like to know. So the tab strip at the bottom is always going to be down there. And let's say you're in, let's see here. So let's say I'm in this conversation here. Chad, who I think might be who's in
here.
the chat here.
Hanging
Chad's
out with
here.
us.
Chad made great trailers for the Play Store and App Store that we're going to publish this week. So we had a conversation going here, and let's say if I wanted to, I'm looking at this conversation and I want to check my notes, I can actually go over here and long press on the My tab down here, and it's just going to bring up my notes automatically. So it's just like a power user shortcut where you can jump to your notes really quickly from anywhere. So it lets you just check your notes or jot something down really quickly without leaving where you are. Super nice. You can also long press on the middle tab in the iPhone app, and you can get to what we call the jump menu, which is mostly the same thing that you have on the middle tab, except you see it in a list form essentially. So, but you can quickly jump to a project, jump to a person, whatever, just by long pressing on the middle tab from anywhere throughout the app.
It's nice.
And then one other thing, let's say you're over here and you want to jump to your pings. If you want to jump to a ping quickly, you just long press on the notifications tab and it will show you a list of your recent pings. And you can jump right in.
That's awesome. So long press on the left button gets me automatically to my notes.
Yep.
Long press in the middle gets me just to the main like Basecamp menu, and long press on the right gets me to pings. I love that information.
Yep. Yep. So that's one where most people are not going to discover on their own necessarily. A few people have, and they're like, "Whoa, didn't know that was possible." So, but yeah, this is one of the nice things that we thought we could add a little bit more convenience for people that want to jump around quickly. And some people just love keyboard shortcuts. They love shortcuts for anything that saves them a second or two. They love, so we added that in.
Very cool. Okay, you guys, we're close to being finished with this walkthrough. Let us know if you have any questions. Again, it's a little question mark. I feel like, Jay, you're being so thorough. There's not a lot of questions. But I did have on my list of things to talk about is widgets. Should we jump to that?
Yeah. Yes, let me make sure this works fine on, uh, okay. So let
Well,
me,
I love all your like monochromatic icons.
yeah, okay, so add a widget. So one thing here, we have widgets for the Basecamp app, and it comes in 3 sizes. Yeah. So I'm going to do the largest one just so you can see what it looks like here. So this is your schedule. You can add a schedule widget. So it's going to have everything
Love
on
that.
your schedule that's got a date essentially. So it can be a dated to do, a card, an event. All of those things show up here. And I don't have, okay, so you can see the icon on the right.
yeah.
This is a calendar event item. Over here is a to do. So you can tell by the icon what type of item it
Mm-hmm.
is. But yeah, these are the things coming up on my schedule over the next 7 days. So this is a nice thing. This is especially nice. Um, some people work in their personal schedules, like are all together, and they really like that. Other people are just like, I want my work schedule and I want my personal calendar, and I don't really want to mix them. This is a great way to just add your work schedule on your device on a home screen where you can quickly check it, and you don't have to mix it with all of your personal stuff.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't have this cool monochromatic thing that I don't know how to get on my phone, then anything that has the calendar icon is going to be red. Anything that is like a little check mark is going to be green. So you can visually see like, okay, I've got to send my follow-up email to my attendees through Help Scout later today. And because I have a bunch of calls with customers in general, how for Jay, it says my schedule 37 signals, like the account that it's in. Mine also has plus 8 more because I got, a bunch more calls coming up. So can be super fun.
You can also, one thing to mention here is you can add a widget per account that you have. So if you have 2 different accounts, you can have 2 different widgets on the same home screen, one for 37 signals, or one for your work account, one for your personal, or whatever it is. Someone asked how to create the widgets. Yeah, let me. I'm just long pressing on the widget here. I'm going to remove it. And then I'm just going to long press on the home screen here. I'm going to click Edit, add widget. It's going to come up with a widget list, and then you find Basecamp. You have the Basecamp item. You can also have like a shorter version, so I'll do that here. You can, if you just want a more condensed version, which I think you can. Yeah, you can extend it as big as you want, either size. But if you just want like the next 2 items here, this is a condensed view as well.
So the important thing to know is just long press on your home screen to get that edit button at the top left, for those of you who are asking. Long press your home screen, hit that edit button.
Yeah, same thing on Android as well. You can just long press, add a widget. It's almost the same exact process. So, yeah.
This is also where you can make your icons monochromatic.
There you go.
Wow, thanks, Jay.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff you can do with your home screen if you've never played with it.
Jay, is there anything else? The only other thing I have on this list is sending items to Basecamp from your mobile device.
Yeah. Yeah, let me double check.
Like an example of that would be if you had an image that you wanted to upload to Basecamp or something to that effect. There's an easy shortcut to do it.
Yeah, sorry, I am just trying. This is like my test device, so I don't have like my photos and stuff on here.
Oh, just go maybe just a browser and search for something.
Yeah.
Search for a picture of Jason Fried.
Jason Fried?
And then send it to Kimberly and I, and then I'll tell you what.
What?
Whoa, that's not Jason Fried. That is That is Chad. That's hilarious.
That is
Chad.
hilarious.
So I'm going to share this to the Basecamp app. And here it is. Okay. So the nice thing here, so you can totally just add images. If you're inside the Basecamp app, you can go to your campfire or go to your chat, go to your message, whatever, and add an image directly. But if you're already outside of the app and you want to share quickly into the app, it's very easy to do that through the share sheet here. So it's going to show you all the recent things that you've shared into and all your recent pings that you have. So it's really convenient for like sharing, like let's say I wanted to share this to Kimberly. I can easily drop this in here and share it directly with Kimberly.
Perfect.
And
I was looking for a
we'll
picture of Jason.
Yeah. So anyway, so if I come back in here, you're gonna see the recent ping conversation with that image that I just shared into the app.
Amazing.
That's
endlessly amusing.
We broke Google search. That's fantastic.
Okay. Before we wrap it up, I'm going to open it up for questions one more time. Keep that open in case there are any. Ashley has mentioned a couple times doing demos. She loves doing them. Ashley, why don't you tell us a little bit more? I'll pop up on the screen how they can reach you.
Yeah. Support at basecamp.com. That is the easiest way to get to me. That is what I consider my personal email address because everything is so much in Basecamp for us that I don't check my email addresses at all. So reach out to support at basecamp.com. You can ask for me if you want to talk about any onboarding or getting buy-in, or if you have like a specific, I don't know, group of contractors that are in the field and they need to use Basecamp. How do we train them? These are things I've seen in the past 9.5 years. So I'm happy to talk through anything more specifically if you need to.
Perfect. And then Ashley, last plug. Last thing I'm going to assign you is to tell the folks about our Basecamp community.
Bam. Basecamp community is like maybe 2,500 people or so. And they range from, they started using Basecamp 2 weeks ago, 20 weeks ago, and also 20 years ago. So there's a lot of experience range within that group. And I think the one common thread is that everyone is pretty generous. They're very generous with their time and their suggestions. And if they have a question, it's really nice to be able to offer whatever answers you might have. So it's a really great place for communicating with other people that are using Basecamp, maybe like you, maybe slightly differently. Good place to learn.
Amazing. And I put right below us a link to that community. We just ask you to fill out a quick little survey, and then our support team will usher you in to that community, welcome you with open arms. Ashley's also put that in the chat as well. Jay, thanks for being here. This was fun.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
If you have any questions that we didn't answer, anything you were just shy to put in the chat, again, support at basecamp.com. Reach out. If it's something we need to direct to Jay, we will do it. Or Jay, I don't know the way this Jay, wherever he is. We will get answers for you. Cool. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye for now.